On this episode of the Procedurally Generated Show, Ethan steals things and Tony confers with the stars. We talk about the week's biggest news and answer your questions. Well, howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Procedurally Generated Show. I'm your host, Tony, and joining me this week, I've got Ethan.
Hey, Tony.
What's going on, sir?
Not much. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. I built beds today. That's what I did.
You're also a Hydro Thunder champion.
I am the Hydro Thunder champion. You cannot beat me. Well, you beat me almost half the time.
You only beat me by 5 points.
That is true. When there's only two people, though, that's probably what's going to happen. Well, maybe not.
I mean, someone's
if I'd have won
win.
more races, I'd have beat you by more points, I guess.
If I wasn't trying so hard to take secret paths on there, I probably would have done a lot better.
You think?
No.
Oh.
Well, sometimes, yes, because there was that one where I just kept wrecking, and I was like, yeah.
You see, what I figured is that we are just evenly matched when it comes to Hydro Thunder, is what that means.
Especially when we're in the cockpit of rubber duckies.
That is the best way to race, as far as I'm concerned.
It's it's an amusing way to race, if anything.
I was not expecting to see rubber duckies when we started that game.
I wasn't expecting the love and care put into their wrecking mechanics.
We heard lots of rubber duck squeaks as we bounced off of walls, and the poor thing's heads popped off if you hit something too hard. We are talking, of course, about the stuff that we did in the pre-show. We played Hydro Thunder. For anybody who is not a Patreon, if you subscribe to our Patreon, you get access to that pre-show goodness where we play something different every week.
Yep. Do it.
So,
Do it.
or if you don't want to pay to see us watch anything, we also stream things on Wednesday night, and those streams go up on YouTube later in the week. Where, as of right now, we are currently playing through Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I don't know how long this one's going to last, but it has led to playing Sea of Thieves outside of the stream.
Yeah, I played for about an hour today just by myself. I ran through the tutorial because we didn't do that first.
Yeah. Of all the things we should be doing.
So watching you, me, and Cole try to figure out how to pilot ships and do all this stuff without having played the tutorial was kind of entertaining.
I figured out that if you take the cells and you do that other thing where you can adjust its angle and get the wind in there, it's like, all right, that's full speed right there.
Yeah, you go really fast if you can catch the wind and you can get your sails full, which we didn't know about when we first started. So some of the spots we were going very slowly because we were going against the wind and didn't know you could change the direction of the sails.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to talk quite a bit about this game today, so I guess we might as well go right into that.
Might as well get into it.
And what you're going to be seeing is probably... I guess I'll do some new footage for the show, so that way I'm not using the footage from our recording of the full episode, which you should go watch.
I could download my footage off of Mixer and send it over to you.
Oh, that'd be cool too.
I think I can do that.
Maybe. We'll find out. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. So the learning curve on there is you're going to have a lot of first-time experiences in this game.
I think the thing you're going to have the most trouble with is
commanding Cole to do what you need.
Well, that too. But stopping the boat where you need it to stop.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest thing to do right now. I mean, I thought I got better at parking the boat. That has since become untrue.
Well, you get really good at steering and parking the boat because I
I've
don't
gotten
want to
good
have
at
to do
not
that.
wrecking as often.
That's good. Um,
And I did get my boat sunk once today. Not by
really.
choice, and not because I wrecked it.
So
Well,
what happened?
a random kraken.
Oh yeah, that'd do it.
Yeah, I tried to put up a fight on there, but yeah, there was just it said no.
Yeah, I almost sunk my boat today, uh, because I went. I was doing some stuff on a little island, and I plundered everything that I could find. I had a treasure map. I found all the treasure. Killed a couple of creepy skeleton
Hmm.
captains, and got an ashen key from one of them. Never got to use it. But once I was done with that, a storm had rolled in, and I thought, I'm not going to bother waiting for this to pass. It'll be fine. And I was gonna go back because I got a couple of chests that I couldn't open. I had to go back and sell them. So I took off in the middle of a raging storm, and when I got to, I managed to make it to where I was trying to get to. But when I did, the entire bottom half of my boat was full of water.
From the storm or from hitting stuff.
No, I didn't hit anything. It's just from
Oh,
damage in the storm because the waves were moving around and
oh,
were
right.
so high that
So you
you
weren't
can
fast
t-
enough with the bucket.
you can take damage. Well, I didn't even know it because I was just driving.
Yeah, I didn't.
Uh,
I kind of didn't realize I was going down from the kraken until it was almost too late to repair, and then it was too late after the kraken's like, yeah, you're trying to repair it. No.
so I had gotten about halfway from the one island back to the first island that I started on, and it's like, you're taking damage. You might want to go fix this. And I said, it'll be fine. It'll be, I don't have to worry about anything. And that's when I got to where I was, the entire bottom half of the boat was filled up. So I had to bail the entire bottom half of the boat out and then go find the leak because while I was bailing it, I was still taking on water. Um, and managed to find the leak and fixed it. But yeah, if I'd have gone much further, I'd have lost my boat. It would have sunk.
Or you on the you're on the single person boat, right?
Yes. Yeah, I was on
So
the
you can just go right to that window, right from the very bottom to the window that's up those stairs slightly, and just throw water out right there, right?
yeah, that's where I was doing it.
Okay. It took me a moment to realize I could do that.
Yeah.
It's like two
Um,
flights of stairs and you're throwing water out, then back down. No, you just go up here and do it.
yeah, you just have to go up that one little staircase.
In fact, you could
Um,
probably do it from that staircase.
you might be able to. It really it is kind of satisfying to watch that animation of you throwing water out of the boat. Uh, but yeah, I got this game for free when I bought my Xbox, and I had downloaded it, but I had redeemed the code for the game, but had never downloaded it, and I
Okay, so
thought
you
this
have a
would be
legitimate copy, whereas me and Cole
yes,
are on the uh, Game Pass version.
yeah,
Okay.
I do technically own this, um,
Okay.
so
And it's probably going to be on there forever since it's a rare published game, or rare made.
yeah, yeah. I haven't messed around too much on the PC. I did notice that it is cross-play and cross-save with PC. Uh, and that I've booted my stuff up and at least realized that my character and all of the stuff that I have equipment wise for the character,
Unlocked.
yeah, transferred over to the PC with no problem. So I'll probably play a little bit on the PC next time we play.
That's what I'm probably going to do too, because I it's I don't know. It's not bad with the controller on the Xbox, but the loading times seem a little better on PC.
Hmm. I
Although
think so.
they're a little they're about the same, but the Xbox seems longer. I guess I don't know.
And I know there is a story to this game. I have no idea what it actually is.
You're just trying to become a legendary pirate.
but there are actual story missions to do. Uh, but we just had fun finding random, picking random missions and going out and, it's things like where you'll pick a mission from. I think there's what, three different factions that you can choose from.
I don't know about the factions. I do know you can raise reputation with several people.
Yeah, well, they represent three different factions. There's like the gold hoarders.
The
Um,
that weird lady with the bounties.
uh,
Not marauders. The merchants.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, I guess those are the. Well, I guess you just raise your. Uh, oh, I saw a fourth one. I don't know what it was either,
yeah.
but I couldn't access it at all.
Doing missions for them raises your reputation with those various
Yeah,
groups. So like whenever I think when we started some of the missions, it's things like just go to an island, find a treasure, and bring it back.
that's
Or
kind of what I've been doing. But of course, I'm also finding uh, bottles that have washed up on islands whenever I'm out there, and it's like, hey, there's skeleton pirates over here. Please eliminate them and turn the skulls in. It's like, okay, well, let's do that.
mhm.
So my rank with the whoever that is, that creepy lady, it's gone up quite a bit because I've been doing that stuff.
Yeah,
One of the islands I went to had me take out four of the skeleton guys or captain, whatever. But I had to fight 20 skeletons before they would pop up.
oh man,
Yeah, and some of them had like uh, greenery on them, like plant life. And it's like if they went into the water, the plants would regenerate, and so their health was coming back.
interesting. I
Yeah,
hadn't seen any of that.
yeah, it was. It took a little bit.
Yeah. So, I think we're just really going to have fun. We'll probably play this with 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks for the next few Wednesdays.
Although we might put
Just
a little more time into it ourselves.
Oh, I'm sure we probably will. Just going back and it's just fun to get in there because I think it changes every time. There's no like, aside from the story stuff, there's no real progression. It sort of resets itself every time you boot up the game, and generates new islands and new quests and new things like
Well,
that.
it's not. It doesn't. It doesn't generate new ones. It places you at a different port each time. So you're going to be probably on like the south or north or east or west side at some random point when you start up.
Yeah, no, that's sort of the one thing I don't like is that if I find something right now that I can't use, um, I lose it. Like I found a key. One of the skeletal pirates that I killed dropped an ashen key, and that opens a very specific type of chest. Um, but there was none of those chests on the island.
And then I happen to find an ashen chest, and I'm the one selling it off.
Yeah, so
I feel bad about that because those are like probably high quality items for all I know. Because that ashen stuff is that fiery looking thing on there. And that's what all
yeah,
the most expensive stuff I've seen on there looks like, really.
yeah. And so because I wasn't able to do anything with that key, and I logged out of the game, I've lost that key and I can't do anything with it. It would have been nice to be able to save that and say, "Oh, I remember,
Like a personal inventory, it could have just stayed in. Would be nice.
yeah, 2 weeks ago I got this key and now I've found a chest that I can use it on."
Nope, that'd
So,
be too convenient. Especially if you don't have good internet, and you get disconnected. All
yeah,
that stuff goes bye bye.
yep, it's all gone if you have a connection issue.
One of the things that made me mad about losing my boat to the Kraken, I had treasure chest on there, and also had a couple of storage chests that I found, and so I'd like place those in the underneath the cabin, set them in specific locations for easy access.
Hmm.
And it's like I'm gonna use these so I can make use of storage on here a little better than what the game's forced me to do.
Yeah.
And then the game says no and takes that away. It's like you get your boat back, but it's back to how it
Back to
was when you
square one.
started the game.
Yep.
It's like every
Uh,
time I get on there, if I want my boat skins or whatever, I have to go and select them. So that Gears of War stuff I've been unlocking by watching Twitch streams that just so happen to be this weekend. As of this record, the weekend it'll be over by this going public.
Yeah.
But the Twitch drops for specific Gears of War things, the uh, Omen Will, Omen Cannons, and I think the Omen. You know, I actually have a
Probably
link.
sales.
No, it's the thing for the anchor.
Oh, the capstan.
Yes.
So you have to equip those every single time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, I figured that would have at least carried over and just auto equipped when you started the game.
And
Um,
as annoying as that is, my biggest complaint about the game, the PvP.
that's the other thing that I was getting ready to touch on. Yeah, because the game it's open to everybody, and so you get on and there'll be other random players just out and about.
And if you've ever played Grand Theft Auto online, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I'm complaining about this. It's just someone finds you on there, and their immediate reaction is to, oh, blow this person up, and if you're just starting and someone you have a full crew of people coming after you and a fully upgraded ship, it's just you can't do anything. It's just why bother.
Hmm.
So they just kept killing me. It's like I barely even left the port, turned around, went back on respawn, and they followed me and just kept hunting me down, and finally just spawned me in a different place.
Yeah, and the you can also with the online stuff, you can get matched up with random players. If you're playing, you get to start with either a 2-man boat, a 3-man boat, or a 4-man boat. Um, you can play by yourself, but you can also set it to open up the crew to anybody, and it'll just randomly match you up with other people.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the kind of game that the random crew might not be such a good idea because you really want to uh, find that role on the ship that you're good at, like whether it's navigation or lookout or gun crew or pilot, whatever it is, and then it becomes really fun if you've got a crew that plays together a lot and has gotten really good at their individual roles when you're actually on the ship.
I agree. But I've gotten really good at piloting a boat by myself.
So when we started, you sort of took over the pilot role, and
I
then
didn't mean to. I didn't mean to take it over. It just kind of happened.
I immediately went up into the crow's nest, and I'm the lookout, and the guy that says turn right or turn left a little bit because you can't see anything from where you're at.
I've gotten to where
And
I can see perfectly fine.
okay, and Cole's role was run around the ship and do whatever.
It's like, hey, Cole, do this, do that. Okay, all right, adjust this, adjust that.
All right, I'm playing the accordion.
It's
Got
like
it.
perfect. Cole, drop anchor.
You said play accordion, right?
And so we keep going. It's like you didn't drop the anchor. It's like, oh,
I thought you said play accordion.
I, whether he did it on purpose or just didn't hear me doesn't really matter. Just that one moment was great on there. It's just like, yeah, we got it. We're just wrecking into the harbor. We're
Uh,
fine. We got it. We're good.
and I've actually now, since we played on Wednesday, I've had a couple people contact me. Or like, I didn't know you were playing, or I'd have sent you an invite to be on my crew. Because apparently there's quite a few people on my friends list that play this game, and I had no clue.
Well, I mean, we hadn't been playing Xbox stuff for that. I mean, we've like me and Cole have had Xboxes for a while, but for you, that's really a new thing.
It sort of is, yeah.
And my Xboxes honestly collect dust for the most part, while whereas PS4 is getting constantly used.
Yeah, except now that I've got an Xbox, I'm like, okay, let's play this on the Xbox. Let's go. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
mine's gotten a lot of use because of you lately.
So yeah, I am pleasantly surprised at just how good or how much fun we've had with this game. Because I know when it first came out, well, this game's what, a couple years old now. uh, everybody was talking about how overly repetitive and how little content there was in the game. Um, so I think at this point it's gotten at least a couple of really major updates to add a ton of content to the game.
Yeah,
So
yeah. What's that current update they have on here? It's was it Fortune of something? I think.
something like that. I could probably look it up.
I mean, the main reason I'm not too interested in it is because I know we're not going to beat this game,
Oh well, we'll never finish the story. I don't think. Um,
or at least not on recording anyway. But I mean, it's great seeing this game still getting content added.
yeah, it's Ships of Fortune, and
Ships of
it's an
Fortune.
update that just came out apparently. So uh, it's been yeah, it launched on April 22nd. So like we were playing the day basically that the new update came out.
Okay. Sorry, I'm reading about the Omen set on here real quick. I don't think we'll be able to get everything. There's 7 items altogether,
Yeah.
and I can only get 3. And 4 of them were 3 other items were given away last year during November playtime on here.
Oh man.
Oh well.
Yeah, so we'll see. I actually thought about I have some Microsoft credit. I thought almost about dropping some actual money and getting a pet today. But I don't really see a point to it. And I don't know.
Yeah, don't
It,
do it.
it's one of those things that if I'm gonna have to wait a little while and see if this is a game that I end up playing a ton. Because I've dropped, a good amount of money on other games that were essentially free to play. This is not a free to play game. It's a full price game that I just happened to get for free. Um, so I feel like if I end up getting a lot of enjoyment and a lot of playtime out of this game, I'll probably drop a little bit of money for it just because. But everything you do in there, everything you get real world money is just cosmetic stuff. The pet just follows you around. It doesn't really do anything. Um, you can get Viva Pinata, stuff for your ship. So like sails, capstan hull, a pinata, a horse pinata, uh, masthead or whatever.
What is this, Fortnite?
Uh, there's Viva Pinata stuff. There's apparently the Gears of War stuff that you've got, and there's Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Anything that's a
There's
rare IP, so probably.
yeah, Banjo Kazooie.
Yep.
They call it the Bear and Bird in this. They don't call it,
Perfect Dark.
there is Perfect Dark stuff in there. There's Killer Instinct stuff in there as well.
That doesn't surprise me.
I saw you can get like a Killer
Sadly, there
Instinct
won't be Donkey Kong
sale.
stuff in there.
No, no, unfortunately not. Uh, so yeah, we have been playing Sea of Thieves, and at least for a couple weeks, we'll be playing on our Wednesday night streams.
Yeah, you should watch.
I agree. It's quite fun. Is there anything else you want to talk about Sea of Thieves?
If you're one of those people that just goes around hunting everyone on there because you can, you're a jerk. If you're one of those
uh,
that goes around helping people or just staying away, good job.
I watched a video this week about Sea of Thieves. It was a video for beginners, and basically every other thing was you're going to die because the game's called Sea of Thieves, or you're going to get all your stuff stolen because Sea of Thieves. And it was just going on and on about this. The way he did it was really funny. But I did actually learn a couple of little things about the game that I didn't know. So it was
I, I
nice.
I'm just mad that those people that got on my boat did not care for social distancing.
I don't think they care. They're pirates.
So what have you
So
been playing, Tony?
I have been playing aside from this and my nightly paladins play with Jake. I have been playing a game on the PC called Astrologaster.
Never heard of it.
I don't know exactly when it came out, so I don't know how old or how new it is. Essentially it is a sort of interactive visual novel style game where you play as a character. What is his name? Hold on, let me pull it up. It's based on a real world, real life person.
I,
Simon Foreman
I'm looking the
was his
game up
name.
right now.
He was a 16th century astrologer and physician. Um, and
Comedy game set in Shakespeare's London.
yes. And it plays very heavily into that. All of the story is narrated in that, old minstrel style singing. Uh,
Nice.
it's all done with like Shakespearean language. People are saying forsooth and thou and verily and all that kind of stuff. But you play as this physician, and you'll have people come into his home or into his, physician's office, which may actually just be his home. I don't know. And they'll talk to him about what's going on with them. Like the first one is a lady who is having stomach troubles. Uh, and you find out just through conversation that she is obviously pregnant and doesn't know it. And uh, he consults the stars to find the diagnosis, and you can give the correct diagnosis, or you can also, there are ones that you can give that are very
Just
wrong.
wrong.
Yeah. Um, but there's no penalty for picking the right one or the wrong one. It really is just uh, a narrative story type thing. And they say if you give the wrong one, the stars are fickle. They're not going to always tell you the right answer. Uh, so they use that as an excuse for if you get what is obviously the wrong diagnosis for the person. Um, but of course, if you give them diagnoses or the correct diagnoses that they like or whatever, it will your reputation will go up and you'll get more points, or the character will come back more often and you'll actually see them come back into the story, in and out of the story. uh
Hmm.
it's really just, it's a fun little interactive storybook basically, um that I've been having a lot of fun with, and I actually have played it a little bit on my phone through Shadow. It's one of the few games that really works well on that because uh, it's all mouse based and not touch controls, but because it's all mouse based, just using your finger and clicking on things and dragging with your finger, it mimics those mouse movements exactly.
Hmm.
So I can actually pull it up on my phone and play that, whereas I can't play anything else because I don't have a mouse and keyboard. This is all done with the mouse, so it works perfectly.
Cool.
Um, so I would highly recommend checking it out because it's fun, it's funny, and uh, it's a very low stress game because there is no you don't get penalized, you don't get punished. There's no right or wrong answer to anything that you've done. Um, it just makes the story different, is all it does.
It just becomes more comical the more you do weird stuff.
Exactly.
Nice.
So, very very fun game, and the music is really it. If you don't have a problem with like 16th century bardic style music, you'll really like the music in this.
Hmm.
So, uh, but that is what I have been playing. I should finish that up here pretty soon. I don't, like I said, I don't think this is a very long game.
Okay.
So, are you gonna say something?
No, 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 no.
Okay.
Should I?
Well,
Something.
it
Something.
sounded like you were going
Something.
to. So let's take a quick break, and then we will come back and we'll talk about the news. Well, it appears this week that the news is all about Nintendo. Um, not necessarily intentionally. That's just what we ended up putting in the news. And we start with Nintendo getting a number of accounts hacked this week.
160,000 accounts have been compromised, and the if that wasn't bad enough, the insult to injury is that the accounts were used to purchase V-Bucks.
There are far better things you could have purchased than V-Bucks if you're going to hack an account.
Yep. So, if you don't have two-step authentication on your Nintendo account, I highly suggest you go and get that.
Yeah.
I also
Uh,
think they discontinued the one of the types of login options people
they
had
they completely got rid of the Nintendo Network IDs, which is what was being used
for the Wii
to
U.
hack. Yeah. Um, so I don't know how you're actually going to log on to the Wii U anymore. I think you can still just use a regular Nintendo
It's like
account.
bound to an email account, so I'm sure it has a relay back, so that way you can get to
Um,
that, or they sent something out to those people.
there's a very good chance if you got an email from Nintendo this week, you were one of the accounts that got hacked because
It
that's
doesn't
how people
necessarily
were
mean
finding
you're
out.
used to buy anything, but I mean, for all we know, this could have been like old information that they hacked into. So it could have been
Yeah.
like some cards probably were expired or PayPal or whatever. So
Yeah, I checked my purchase history and everything. I never got an email about anything. I never got anything on my purchase history, so my account wasn't affected. But I did go ahead and enable the two-step authentication.
if you have it on your phone, if or the authenticator on your phone, it's a Google authenticator. It's simple to set
Yeah,
up.
you'll have to on either iOS or Android. You'll have to download Google Authenticator, and that's how it'll connect with your Nintendo account, and will send you a code that you enter to link the two things together.
If you're thinking it's going to be inconvenient to use it, it's really not. It's fairly straightforward, and unless you're constantly logging out of stuff on there and back in, then it could be annoying.
Yeah. Um, yeah, because you only have to do the two-factor authentication once, and if you stay logged in, you won't have to worry about it um, again.
Yep.
It's relatively painless. I have it on all my systems now.
Yep.
I don't have it on like my Ubisoft account or anything like that.
Wow, even I have
Because
it on Ubisoft, and I don't like them at all.
I don't because with GeForce Now I was having to enter it every single
Ew,
time I
gross.
was playing a game, so I turned it off for that specific account.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that one.
But I made a really really good password for it. Uh,
Password is really, really good password. One.
if I get hacked, it'll go up again to two. Uh, so yeah, go in, enable two-factor authentication on your Switch,
Even if
or
you're
through
not using the route that got hacked, just go and do it. Just to be safe.
just to be
Like I
safe.
have it
Yeah,
on all my game consoles now, and they're using all different authenticators. It doesn't bug me, but I can see how it annoys some people. But
most
I'd
of
rather
them
be
are
safe than
painless.
sorry.
Yeah, it's a slight inconvenience for a couple of minutes, and then you don't even realize
I
it's
think
a
the biggest inconvenience I've had with a two-step authenticator is when I had to work out of town where there is no Verizon coverage in that area. And I was
yeah.
like, I'm gonna get on PSN, so I got on the the work Wi-Fi and then tried to log into PSN. Then it sends me the set thing saying input your two-step authenticator code. And it was at that moment I realized it's gonna be a long day.
Well, hopefully it wasn't too long.
Just a full 8 hours.
So, well, you could have played Splatoon to pass the time.
Wow.
Uh, for some reason, Splatoon 2 seems to be getting a little bit of attention from Nintendo all of a sudden. Um, they've announced that the Splatfest, there will be at least one more Splatfest. It is coming back. They are redoing the ketchup versus mustard Splatfest.
And we all know the correct answer is mix both
Ketchup,
up.
no, mustard is disgusting. Ketchup is the best.
You mix them together,
Uh,
eat the 57 sauce.
Yeah, I don't want that. Mustard is disgusting.
It's like
Mayonnaise.
ketchup with a kick. There you go.
Mm, I think I'll pass.
Ah, no
Uh,
adventurous Tony.
May 22nd through 24th. It's at the end of the month. It's about a month away from now. I'm not sure why they announced it so far out, but
Build up
yeah,
hype.
May 22nd through 24th. Ketchup versus Mustard Splatfest will be returning. I may have to dust off Splatoon and play it. They've also, though, at the same time announced that from April 30th to May 6th, you'll be able to download a demo of Splatoon 2 and try out the game for free.
Wonder how long that
So,
demo is.
I don't know if it's like the one where you can just play the game for the week, or if
I
it
mean, if
is,
it's that, I might just play through the whole thing and call it quits because I'm not gonna do the online stuff.
yeah.
Take
I
that,
don't know if you.
Nintendo.
I don't think you'd have access to like the DLC that they got with the Octolings and stuff. So
Oh,
they're not going to give you that part for free.
I'll just hack it.
Uh,
Don't tell them I said that.
So yeah, I don't really know why all of a sudden the attention for Splatoon. Does this mean they're gonna ramp up some more content for Splatoon 2?
You mean
Are we
they're gonna
looking?
announce Splatoon
Are we
3?
gonna get Splatoon 3? It comes out of nowhere where they ended support last year for the game, or updates for the game, and then it just sort of vanished off the map. They weren't doing anything with it, and now all of a sudden it's sort of come back. It's a little strange, I think.
Splatoon
So
3 is my bet. Or a spin off game where it's just all Octolings and how they live.
Splatoon Battle
Are you
Royale.
an Octo or a kid? I don't know.
I'm
But the song
I'm
doesn't work this way.
I'm a jellyfish. Uh, Another game that got a big update, and a final update this
No, no, no.
week.
Final big update.
Okay, yes, the final big update. I think it's the final update for the game.
No,
Period.
they'll do minor updates.
Mario Maker 2 this week, just out of nowhere. Nintendo said, "You know what? Have a whole bunch of stuff for Mario Maker 2."
And this was
Uh,
one heck of an update.
this was a really big update. It added a bunch of new items. A,
We got all 7 Koopalings have been added. That's a big one.
yeah.
We got the frog suit from Super Mario Bros. 3, the Super Acorn from Super Mario Bros. U,
Mm-hmm.
the boomerang suit. So like Hammer Bros that throw the boomerangs instead.
Yes.
We also got the Goomba mask, the Bullet Bill mask, and the Red Pow Block mask.
And a propeller box.
That one's not mentioned. Thank you for correcting me on that. How dare this IGN, or no, not IGN. How dare this Destructoid article not have that listed?
So that is also from the Mario 3D World game.
Yes. So those are the things that just the big blocky heads. The Goomba mask, no one really attacks you while you're wearing that. They just see a Goomba. Bullet Bill, that one's going to be a game changer because it just lets you propel forward and you can drop, change directions and stuff.
Yep.
But the one thing that is interesting that they added is the Super Mario Brothers 2 mushroom. So it turns whatever character you're playing as into a Super Mario Brothers 2 form.
Yes.
And so when you jump on an enemy, instead of squishing them, you now stand on their heads.
And you can pick them up.
Pick them up, throw them, boil them, mash them, put them in a stew.
All right, Samwise.
So I've been watching a bunch of Grand Pooh Bear playing with all this, and it's been really neat seeing that. Also, I've almost left this one out. The cursed key item has been added as well as
Yes.
also Mecha Koopa from Super Mario World. Back to the cursed key. That's the thing. You pick it up, and the mask from Super Mario Brothers 2
Yeah.
starts following you
Phantom.
around. Phanto.
Phantom. Yeah.
Mecha Koopas were added. I think there's 3 variants on there: the normal,
Yeah, there's
laser
normal one that.
beam, and then what? Fire?
Yes, I think that is correct.
The laser beam ones, those like break everything. They're dangerous.
Yeah, the Super Mario Brothers 2 mushroom basically turns the game into Super Mario Brothers 2 without giving you the visual style of Super Mario Brothers 2.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Apparently, that was a planned addition. Like they were going to go all in on here, but apparently, Super Mario Maker 2 didn't have high enough sales to justify going all in on there. So they had the mechanics, so they threw it in on the update.
That's
But
weird.
yeah, that's also kind of sad that they would say that too. But I don't think it was made publicly, very public on that.
Yeah.
But the biggest part of the update, I guess I've said that twice now, is the World Maker mode. You can
Yes,
now
yeah.
design a Super Mario World styled map that works in like a grid formation. What is it, like 7x4 or 6x4, something like that? And you go and just build your map on there. Level placement, ladders, and little decorations here and there, warp pipes, whatever.
Yep, and
And
you can add.
you can have up to 8 different worlds with up to 40 levels.
Yes. 40 levels in total. So it's like 8 worlds with 5 levels each.
You basically make your own Mario game at this point. Legitimate Mario game.
They also added mushroom houses.
Yes, they did because of the world map. Although it's not like you
So
go in there, it just pulls up like the mini game.
yeah, it pulls up that little like
Match
slot.
3.
Yeah, match 3 mini game from Super Mario Brothers 3. So
Yep.
I this is one of the things that people have been asking for a long time in this game.
You know, one of these days they just need to go and look at like lunar magic and say, let's make this a little more friendly, but still keep the full Mario Maker part of it. I mean, that's what this is, but I'm saying make it better.
Oh, the red Mecha Koopas shoot homing missiles, not
Oh,
fireballs.
okay. See, it's been like a week since I watched the video, and I know it only came out like 5 days ago.
I know all of my kids were very excited about this, and Abby immediately, when she saw it, started to make her own Mario World.
Nice.
I haven't touched it. I haven't done anything with Mario Maker in a while now.
The frog suit can now run on top of water. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, see, I missed that. I didn't realize it could do that.
Yeah. Just get up to P speed, jump on the water, and just Sonic the Hedgehog your way across.
Nice.
Yeah.
I imagine this update is going to lead to a lot of really interesting worlds. I'm going to have to watch some YouTube videos of this.
Speaking of watching YouTube videos of Mario, did you know you can watch Mario, the Super Mario Brothers Super Show on Netflix?
I did.
It's just as bad as I remember.
It's bad, but I love watching it.
You know what else you can watch on Netflix?
What?
Probably Pokemon.
You can actually. I have seen it. My kids have watched some Pokemon on there,
Really?
but uh, yeah, Pokemon Nintendo Netflix.
There we
All
go.
of those things are a thing. Netflix is getting the new Pokemon series,
Okay.
and it will be exclusive to Netflix.
Oh.
The first 12 episodes. Gosh, I've got the hiccups, and they will
I
not
finally
go
passed them
away.
on to you. Mission complete.
Oh man, what? Oh gosh, what happened? They will
So,
not
all
go
right,
away.
Netflix got Pokemon. Where's that? Pokemon Journeys. Is that what it is?
Yes.
So it's gonna be starting June 12th, if I'm reading Tony's notes correctly. It's gonna be
Mhm.
12 episodes, and uh, apparently Ash is still going to be around.
Yes. Ash is still the main character of the show.
We have to get rid of him.
It will never happen. So yeah, the first 12 episodes will be available on June 12th, and then new episodes will come out quarterly. So these you've cursed me. These hiccups, and they will not go away. I've been trying to get rid of them while you've been talking, and it's just not working.
I was trying to be helpful. It's just, oh crap, Ash is still there. That's where I stopped.
You're just gonna have to deal with it for the rest of the show. We're almost done.
Just to save Tony the embarrassment of his hiccups. So yeah, Pokemon coming to Netflix. There's the Mario Maker 2 update. The Splatoon thing's coming back. I don't know if we'll see 3. And Nintendo accounts were hacked. There's our entire show summed up right there. There was no listener feedback. Shame on every one of you that did not send us a message. If you were busy, I forgive you. Just send us all your questions next time instead. All of them. I don't care how dumb they are.
Send your hiccup home remedies. Because I need them.
I heard that completely incorrectly. That's why I was laughing.
That will be the end of the show for this week. So thank you, Ethan, for being here and for giving me the hiccups.
You're welcome.
If you want to reach out to us, we have new ways to do so. You can email us at procedurallygeneratedent@gmail.com. If you like what we do, you can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/pgent. Patreon supporters get the video version of the podcast a day early. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/progenint. Check out our YouTube channel, and we still have that famous Facebook group where you can interact with us on a daily basis as well.